castle full of ruffians, and I'm no soldier. Besides, there's no need to go right now. Everything's well hidden, and it won't be sprouting legs and running off.
And how are we supposed to live in the meantime? On dirt and air?
It's not that bad.
Not that bad. I woke up with a rat in my blanket. A rat.
Hal! What are you doing here? I took you for dead.
Oh, it's a long story. What about you? How did you get out of Skalitz?
You wouldn't believe it. A frightful storm broke that night, and Sigismund's heathens ran back to their camp. They never dreamed Sir Ratzik would use the storm as cover for our escape. The entire village slipped away as quiet as mice while no one watched. In the morning, when those bandits attacked, all they found was an empty castle with an old goat inside. I wish I could have seen their faces.
So do I. You tricked them nicely. See you later.
Mother of God, you look like you've been assaulted.
Sorry to interrupt, but it sounded like you might need some help with something.
What? No, nothing. What did you hear?
That you might have hidden...
You heard wrong. There's nothing hidden anywhere. And you leave my man alone. Understand?
As you wish.
Good luck.
How does life in Ratai suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they? May the Lord watch over you.
My respects to you.
Trouble at home?
You overheard us, did you? She's a good woman. Normally we don't quarrel, but things have been hard on us these days.
And is there some way I could help you? I'm credibility itself.
I'm sorry, Henry, but my wife would kill me if I told everyone who passed by. Take care now.
About that quarrel.
Hmm?
I understand. It's hard for everyone here. How does life in Ratai suit you?
Them Ratai folk would rather drive us out of here. They won't give us no work, and they won't let us beg. So what are we supposed to do? Fucking war.
Did you find out what actually happened?
They say Sigismund is at war with the Czech lords and abducted the king. And our lord sides with Wenceslas.
Take care now.
Why are you waking me? Ugh.
Who are you, and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabiller of Dvoyitz.
Of course you are, lad, and I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
I may not look the part, but I know about honour and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right, then. Go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased. God be with you.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul. It is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
Bandits attacked me in Skalitz.
And why, for God's sake, did you go back there? Who else but cutthroats and bandits did you expect to find?
I needed to bury my parents.
Oh, I see. Your father fought like a lion. I'm sorry.
He saved my life.
And not just yours. He was a good man, and you did right to bury him.
I didn't even manage that. I failed to save him or put him to rest.
And just what could you have done at Skalitz? If you tried to fight, the both of you will be dead. He gave his life for yours, Hal. So you'd better make good use of it.
You're right. And just what are you doing here?
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Ratai. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Good day to you. What do you need?
And another thing. What about our Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush gave him the Hall of Perkstein for his use. He seems to be bearing up well considering all he's lost.
How do you like Ratai?
It's well fortified and well situated. And they won't get us as easy here as they did in Skalitz. And there's everything a man could want. Armourer, swordsmith, apothecary, taverns. It could have turned out a lot worse.
How are the Skalitz refugees faring?
Oh, me and the rest of Sir Radzig's men are alright. We live at the castle and we've got everything we need. But the others are just making it day to day. And they've lost everything. It's charity and arms for them, and the locals ain't as generous as they was. God knows how much longer we'll be stuck here. It ain't good.
How do you like the new castle?
It's a fine place. About the same size as Skalitz Castle. Sir Hanush don't mind lending it to Sir Radzig, because he's got an even bigger one at the other end of town. Have you ever seen a town with two castles before?
Have you heard anything about those savages who attacked us?
I heard they're called humans. Sigismund brought them here from Hungary. By all accounts, we got off lightly. They say in other places they impaled people on spikes, skinned them alive, and even worse. Fucking heathen swine.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you.
What kind of governor is...
Sir Hanush is a good lord. Things won't be the...
What's life like in...
We got sturdy walls and 2 castles to protect us. There's not many...
How do the Ratai...
Well, they have it tough.
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Don't talk to me about that fucking... Take care now.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honoured. Pechstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzik, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzik.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well. Believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, would like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
Oh, I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
dark at home? A torch will help. Your fields lie fallow? Here's a hoe. Need straw for the winter? You'll need a rake.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Are you the brawler who takes bets?
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refugee, and I'd like to try my luck against you.
Hang on, I know who you are. And I'll only fight you for silver. Got it?
Why for silver?
Do I really have to tell you? Look at yourself, and then look at the others. All they've got to wager is their labour. But you've got coin.
Are there any rules?
Aye, a couple. Whoever lands on his arse or runs, loses. And no knives, axes, or any of that shit. You'll forfeit your wager for that, got it? Farewell.
God be with you, good sir.
What's life like in Rat?
Life is good here. Even better if them damn...
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Aye, there could be something for you. Berthold, our local gamekeeper, was looking for help with something a while back. Why don't you ask him if he still needs help?
Do you know if there's anyone around?
May the Lord watch over you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
What's life like in?
Good. Or it was till them refugees came. Still, we're better off here than most places.
Have you heard anything?
I don't know if it's just old wives. May the Lord watch over you. Good health to you, sir.
Any work for me here by any chance?
That depends. How's your hearing?
What?
I said, how's your hearing?
It's perfectly fine. You don't have to scream at me.
Because there is this one little job going.
I ought to be able to handle that.
Fine. So here's the problem. They're good to trade.
I see.
The trouble is the Nightingales...
That's a pity.
You can't begin to imagine. Luckily, their wings are clipped, so they won't be far. I have traps prepared.
Fine, but how will I know where to...
I hear they like pine woods, and there's a pine-covered hill just before Frannick.
Right.
That's just why you need to listen out. Nightingales have a distinctive song. When you hear it close by, you set a trap on the spot.
They kept twittering away the whole time they were here, so I can remember the tunes. I'll sing them to you.
I can't wait.
It went something like this. What? You know how it is.
Yes, I'll remember.
Right. Here.
I'll do that.
Farewell.
Greetings. What be... God be with you.
Good day to you.
What's life like in Rattay?
Life is good here. Like,
What kind of governor?
young Sir Hans is our governor, but Sir Hanush is his guardian till he comes of age. That's not a day I'm looking for.
How do the Rattay...
I know they got nowhere to go.
Have you heard anything about...
Terrible things, horrible. I hear they skin people alive, and what they do to the women folk? Better take your... Take care now.
Huh?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can I ask... What kind of a lord is Sir Hanush?
I can't complain. He knows how to keep order, but he does it with good humor.
What do you think of Sir Radzig?
I hear he's on good terms with the king, probably why Sir Hanush opened the door to him. Sir Radzig seems like a fair man, and folks say he's a good governor.
What's young Lord Capon like?
He'll be the governor here in a few years. Sir Hanush is just his guardian until he comes of age. The young lord spends most of his time making merry, but he'll grow out of it. He's no fool.
What's life like in Rattay?
Till Sigismund came, and then you folk, it was a fine, peaceful life here.
What will become of the Skalitz refugees?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I hope things can settle down quick, and you lot can clear off.
Perkstein is a fine castle.
It'll be even finer once you all clear out, and I can move back into my chambers.
Do you know who those soldiers of Sigismund's are, Captain?
They call them Cumans or Kipchaks. Our lord says they fled from the Mongols to Hungary and settled there. They're herdsmen and excellent horsemen, and barbarians, too, for all that they claim they've turned to Christ.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. I'm here for training.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzig sent.
Yes, that's me.
Let's get to it then, since that's what Sir Radzig wishes. And because you've never held a sword in your hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
Very well.
Come with me and listen closely. I don't want to be repeating myself.
I'll be with you. So let's see what you're made of.
Hold it properly. And keep moving. Never stand still when your life depends on it. Right, good. Now, try attacking. You've got to put your back into a good slash. No use waving the sword around like you're swatting flies. Go into the attack with your whole body. Try slashing from various sides to get used to it. Nice. All right. Nice. 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 Good. That pointy tip isn't for decoration. Try stabbing me with it a few times. Nice. Good. Good. That will do. Slashing, stabbing, and movement are the foundations that you build everything else on. Now, let's try something more complicated. One strike, I can simply fend off. You mustn't give your opponent time to react. String your strikes together. As soon as you finish one, begin another. Strike, strike, strike. Nice. Well done. I don't have... All right. Now let's see how you do with defense. It's not hard to block a basic strike. Just watch out and move your sword into the path of the blow. No, not like that. Ah, that's it. No. Ah, that's it. Very good. Wrong. Nice. Very well then. Let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back. Ow. Good strike. Fine. That's enough. I have my work cut out, it seems. That's life. Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep an eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space. Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword. Not bad. Wrong, damn it! All right. Not bad. Very good. Nice. Right. Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong. When I cover, I can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. It's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you. All right, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stance. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside. No, not like that. You mustn't hold the sword there. You have to move along with the attack. Again. Too soon again.
All right. All right. All right. Very good.
Well done. Right, now we'll try it a little faster. Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well.
Ow. Good. Nice. Good. Nice. All right.
Good, good. Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go!
Ow. Ow. Captain Bernard.
Wait a while, Henry. Greetings, Sir Hans. What brings you here?
I was on my way when I noticed that you're entertaining Sir Radzig's esteemed guest. Not the same as holding a hammer, is it, blacksmith?
It's Sir Radzig's orders.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord.
Good day to you, blacksmith's boy. Try not to hurt yourself.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. Simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you. All right, try it. It's important not to move too soon. I'll see where you're going and hit you. If the same will happen if you move too late. I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. You'll throw the opponent off a bit, and there's your chance.
All right. All right.
Not bad. Fine. Now try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started.
Ah, that's it. Very good. Well done.
And the last thing for today, a trick. You raise the sword to force your opponent to block, but then change the direction of the attack at the last moment, and the opponent won't even know what hit him. Try it. Draw back the weapon, then change the attack zone and strike, so I don't have time to react.
No! No! Not like that! Wrong! Again! Good! No! No! Not like that! Wrong! Again! Nice! Wrong! Ah, that's it!
Nice. Ah, not bad. Well now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky. You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice. Whenever you've got nothing better to do and you're in the mood for it, you can come and train here with me. I can teach you something more when you're up to it. Don't leave yet. Sir Radzig also wanted me to teach you archery. Come with me. Good luck to you. Let's see then. Take this bow, go and stand in position over there, and we can start. And another thing, put on this arm guard. Without it, you could flay your forearm with a bowstring, so be sure to wear it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get in position. Now concentrate. The bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. But you wouldn't have gotten far there. You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow, aim, and release. Try to get a feel for the rhythm. Inhale on the draw, hold your breath for a moment, and then release the string. No jerky movements. Just let the string slide out of your fingers, as if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore. Well, that was awful. I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low expectations.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
What did you say?
Calm down, boy. Keep in mind who you're talking to.
A braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well?
Any time.
Very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I have enough.
Good, then let's get to it.
Congratulations, Sir Hans. Nicely shot.
Thank you, Bernard. It seems I get to keep the bow. So, blacksmith, do you know your place now, or do you need more reminding?
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
Let's see then. Take this bow, and another.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thing. Now concentrate. The bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. You wouldn't have gotten far there. You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. Not enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow.
Has anyone
aim,
told you
and
you're
release.
supposed to shoot
Try to get a
at the
feel for the
target?
rhythm. Inhale on the draw.
Wouldn't you rather
Hold your
try
breath for
shooting at a
moment,
barn door?
Then release the string. No jerky movements. Just let the string
Jesus
slide out of
Christ,
your fingers.
just give
as
up.
if you were about to draw it back more. All one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore. That's it then. I don't like to say it, but it wasn't that bad.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of...
What did you say?
Calm down.
A braggart who was born with...
Now, you've really done it.
Calm yourself.
Any time.
Very well.
I have enough.
Good. Then let's...
Congratulations, Sir Hans. Nicely shot.
Thank you, Bernard.
Sir Hans...
I know...
If we must. Thank you.
Save the... Now concentrate. A bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague.
I'm not surprised
You
that
would
the
have
girl
gotten
had to save
far
your
there.
life.
You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood.
Jesus Christ.
Not
Just
enough
give
talk.
up.
There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow, aim, and release.
Wouldn't
Try to
you
get a
rather
feel
try
for the
shooting at
rhythm.
a barn door?
Inhale on the draw. Hold your breath for a moment.
Maybe the
then
fellow's
release the string.
short-sighted.
No jerky movement. Just let the string slide out of your fingers, as if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The
You
arrow
miss,
drops
blacksmith.
quickly. Once
By
you've
a
trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore.
You missed, blacksmith, by a mile.
That's it then. I don't like to...
I don't know why you...
What?
Calm down.
A braggart who was...
Now you've...
Calm yourself.
Any time.
Very well.
I have...
Good. Then let's get...
Well, I didn't expect that. Probably just wasn't your day, sir.
I told you I have a heavy hand, ever since I fell off that horse during the last hunt. What are you grinning about, boy? I think you owe me a little payback. How about a sword fight at the arena?
If you like.
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
Well landed. Kurwa fix. John Wick. Fuck it. This won't take long. Ow. Shit! Your end is nigh. You know how this one ends.
Ow.
Well,
You got the better of me this time, blacksmith. I must be having an off day.
Are you all right, sir?
Don't worry your mangy head about me, peasant. We'll see each other again soon enough. You can keep my bow. Its best years are behind it anyway.
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it badly.
I hope he has.
Watch it, boy. A few of my men have won fights against him before and never had a problem. But you could be the first. Now go to the Rathaus. The bailiff's waiting for you there.
All right, Captain.
Rooms for your house. Rakes and hoes for your field. What else do you need? Come on up.
Huh?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
I want to learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
I'm to put myself under the bailiff's command.
Ah, so you're the young man Sir Radzig appointed?
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things out.
You can count on me, Bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
I have. He trained me, and then Sir Hans Capon challenged me to a duel.
I see. Sir Hans Capon likes to measure his strength against others. But be careful, Henry. Noblemen are quick to anger, and you don't need that kind of trouble. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, Bailiff.
What's life like in Rattay?
This is a manorial town.
Have you heard anything about...
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape, and slaughter. Or so the tales have it. Of course, all armies do that, but them barbarians...
Good luck to you.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
Name?
Henry.
And in fealty too?
Sir Radzig Kobyla?
Yes, I've got you. Well, come on in then. Make yourself at home, Henry. If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all?
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
I don't want to be kicking around in the dirt while other men do honest work.
You're an eager one, aren't you? Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go. This is our church. It serves not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the lords of Lipa, our masters. The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. Ah, a man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord. This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh? The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro protonotarius, the scribe. And the jailhouse.
Good people.
You don't want to see the inside,
have a
not even as a
smell.
guard.
Fresh bread.
Naturally, we have an
Apple.
executioner
Big
too,
drinks,
but he
also
doesn't
very
live in
much
town.
to drink.
That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek. This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
Goods, handy implements, and machines
swordsmith
of
lives
every
here.
kind. Come on up and buy.
What the hell is going on here now?
Just run along and
Go
I'll
and
make
check
no
it out,
trouble
Henry.
for you. If you won't go to the church, go back to your people. I don't...
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks...
My name is Jane. No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
Can't you show us some Christian charity, Armourer?
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms? Even to this witch only yesterday.
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any alms or not?
Yes.
From the Armourer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
What would you know about it?
We're both good Christians, aren't we? We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
King Solomon now, are you, lad? Fine. Fine, have it your way.
God bless you, and you too, citizen. I won't be a nuisance no more, really. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus, you're as bad as each other.
Your old neighbours are living here now. It's a bit of a shithole. Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush. If the town burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God rest his soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush is managing the fiefdom until Sir Hans comes of age. They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here. This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around. We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Pruder. Pruder has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day. There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later. Let's move along to the Inner Bailey. Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble, and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice, too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you.
They...
What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel. The Rate fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad.
Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
Indeed. Why shouldn't you live a little? Thank you, kind neighbour. Thank you.
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see. Now, where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it, and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
Help your neighbour.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and go and guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit with me, Henry. Let's have a drink. That fool got me all worked up.
Me as well, the lazy bastard.
My words exactly. And just when we need every pair of eyes. You never know when the Cumans might creep up on us. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Why not?
I can't wait to see how you throw.
This'll be the one.
Oh no!
There you are, a good help.
I'm hungry. I'd like a bite to eat.
One ale, please.
I've only got 2 hands. My pleasure.
Cursed luck. Fucked again.
Just one more thing and we're done for the night. Ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Peculiar weather we're having this year.
I wouldn't say that.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good cannon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronow. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
God save the bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he he's hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place. Herregud! What's the matter? Come on!
Something to remember you by. Go on, you're show him what for. Teach that innocent pup a lesson. That'll show him.
Beat him down.
That'll teach you how to talk to your betters. Beat him down.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Well, answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me to...
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting. Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities of the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
flowing.
God be with you, good sir.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
Ha! Don't even talk to me about it. I wish that rabble was gone. May the Lord watch over you.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the Rattay tourney?
There was a corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal. Hold your horses. If the ring wasn't on the corpse, the executioner must have taken it before he buried the body.
I can see where this is going. You want me to get the ring from the executioner?
Clever lad. Only I wouldn't recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the subject of robbing the dead. It'd be better to pinch it from his house.
All right, I'll go and find that ring.
It should be in a trunk somewhere in the house. And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past a lock? You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity, like popping a young maiden's cherry.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try that yet.
Fucking hell. How did I get landed with a cretin like you? I'll have to teach you then. Come with me. Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock to the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbling of the pick. Otherwise, you'll be fucked and you'll have to start all over. forced it and broke the lockpick. That crack could be heard in Kuttenberg. You have to watch out for that. An experienced guard will recognize the sound at once. Hey! What the?
Not just yet, I hope.
Well, you're a sight for sore eyes.
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. It's getting too late now. But if you pick me up during the day, I'll be glad to take a walk with you.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
I've brought you something.
Thank you. But I'm not quite sure what to do with it.
Well, if something bad happens to you again, it could come in handy.
I see. Well, that's a kind thought. But I'm not sure it would do much good against those 3 big men.
I'd like to know... Who's this Sir Hans Capon?
He's actually the real Lord of Rete, and Sir Hanush is only his guardian, because Sir Hans is underage and his father is dead. Folks say he's a spoilt young pup with an eye for the lasses.
So, how'd you like it in Rattay?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
What do you think of the Lord here, Sir Hanush?
He comes from the glorious line of the Lords of Lipa. Folks say he's a bit hot-headed, but he took us in, so he must be a good Christian.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rate's citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those Cuman rapists? About... you know.
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all. Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz.
I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. It doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those cumins, they call them, when the cumins came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzik. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Ratay, and some of the Ratay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johanka is in Sisau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzik, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those cumins?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone, and kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
Greetings, Henry.
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. It's getting too late now. But if you pick me up during the day, I'll be glad to take a walk with you.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
I'd like to know...
So, how do you like it in Rattay?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
What do you think of the Lord here, Sir Hanush?
He comes from the glorious line of the Lords of Lipa. Folks say he's a bit hot-headed, but he took us in, so he must be a good Christian.
Who's this Sir Hans Capon?
He's actually the real Lord of Rattay, and Sir Hanush is only his guardian, because Sir Hans is underage and his father is dead. Folks say he's a spoilt young pup with an eye for the lasses.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rattay's citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those Cuman rapists? About... you know.
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all. Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. It doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those Cumans, they call them, when the Cumans came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzik. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Rattay, and some of the Rattay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhojed. Johanka is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Rattay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzik, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those Cumans?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone and kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
I've brought you something.
What are you playing at, Hal?
Hey, lad.
Are you trying to get me drunk enough to have your way with me?
On the Rat-Aid tourney?
Look at you, lover boy.
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. It's getting too late now. But if you pick me up during the day, I'll be glad to take a walk with you.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibashek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. It doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those cumins, they call them, when the cumins came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard. Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzig. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Ratay, and some of the Ratay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhojed. Johanka is in Sisau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those cumins?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone, and kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
Hey, lad!
There was a corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal. Hold your horses. If the ring wasn't on the corpse, the executioner must have taken it before he buried the body.
I can see where this is going. You want me to get the ring from the executioner?
Clever lad. Only I wouldn't recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the subject of robbing the dead. It'd be better to pinch it from his house.
All right, I'll go and find that ring.
It should be in a trunk somewhere in the house. And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past a lock? You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity, like popping a young maiden's cherry.
I have some experience.
All right. I'm glad to hear you're not as clumsy as you look. Here's a lockpick for the job.
Farewell.
Who's there?
There was a corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal.
Oh, I can see where this is.
Clever lad.
All right, I'll go and...
It should be in a trunk.
Get past the lock?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to...
Fucking hell.
Farewell.
Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick in the right hand and use it. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock to the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler with the pick. Otherwise, you'll be fucked and you'll have to start all over again. You forced it and broke the lockpick. That crack could be hurting Kuttenberg. You have to watch out for that. An experienced guard will recognize the sound at once. Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager? Hey! Huh?
There's nothing here for you. Are you deaf?
Miller Peshek sent me. He's very sorry, but by mistake he didn't give you the full weight of flour last time. He says you should come and get the balance.
That rogue. How much is it?
Half a sack. That's nothing to sneeze at.
It certainly isn't. I'll go there right away.
What? This is nothing but an ordinary copper band. It's not worth a 10 penny.
What kind of
Can you help me with training my dog?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right. But it will cost...
Maybe another time.
God be with you.
I have that ring for you.
Good. Nice to know you're the sort of lad I can trust with a job like that. Now run with the ring to Wojciech, the miller in Kohelnitz. He'll have some work for you, and I'll have something for you soon too. A clever fellow like you will never want for work. At the very least, I'll buy risky goods from you. I mean the kind that used to belong to someone else and you can't sell to just anyone.
You'll buy stolen goods from me. Oh, thanks for your trust. I'm sure that'll come in useful.